Did it work? Do I have multiple streams going? Hold on. I'm just going to make sure I don't accidentally have two open. I feel like every time I've watched a live stream, when it started, there's been confusion as to what actual like chat and stuff to be in. So let me just double check. Also, I'm just prepping for an art fair, so there's nothing pressing going on. I mean, I certainly will rant more about this COPPA shit because there seems to be a lot of conversation with all of you about it, and I super appreciate everyone's input because it is buck wild. But yeah, I'm frustrated with that stuff. If you want to talk about it more, go for it. But also, hi, I haven't done one of these in a while, and I miss everybody. I keep thinking it's Friday. It's definitely Thursday, which is good because I have a whole day. Like I worked at my part-time job today, but I have all of tomorrow to work in this space. I'm going to have like a dedicated sewing day, so I'm doing all the non-sewing stuff for this market this weekend. We're trying to get all the non-sewing stuff done. And yeah, I am excited. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I'm excited for the event Saturday. Last time I did this particular Harry Potter market, it was the most successful event I've ever done. So I'm really hoping that, not tomorrow, again, keep thinking it's Friday. I'm really hoping that Saturday is as good of an event as I'm hoping. They were selling tickets to the event. Well, not selling. They were also not giving, like you had to apply or you had to sign up for tickets to this event, but they were free. And there were 800 tickets gone. So it's sold out. I think they did a giveaway on the Instagram for the place that's doing it. It's called Mill Number 5 down in Lowell, Massachusetts. But yeah, they oh, that's awesome. I actually have another Hufflepuff scarf that I'm going to make tonight, I think. I had a certain number of scarves I wanted to make for this event, and I only have one left to do, and I need one more Hufflepuff to like hit my quota. Sorry, the furnace is on. Also, my Cricut's going to be going in the background, so I want to hang out with everyone. I also have a lot of stuff I need to get done, so I'm sorry if like the audio was not great. But that, I mean, live stream audio video is not usually the best. Anyways, that's awesome. You are crocheting a Hufflepuff scarf. Are you a Hufflepuff? Because I'm Hufflepuff, and I find I make stuff for other houses way more often just because I make a lot of gifts for other people. So I made a handful of Hufflepuff things for myself, but I don't, it's not the majority of what I've done. Also, my shoulder and back really hurt. So even though it's only 5 o'clock now, I'm about to open my second beer. It's also making this feel like less of a chore. Oh, yay. I feel like Slytherin's so underrated. I was actually just reading a comment that someone left on the video I posted yesterday. Oh my god, today is Thursday. Why can I not get this in my head? Posted a video yesterday. Sewing buttons on a skirt, but mostly me yelling about the new YouTube shit that is going on. And at the very end, I asked if people thought Ramona Flowers, or what house they thought she was in. I do think she might be Slytherin. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I don't think it's bad to be Slytherin. I know stereotypical bad people have come out of that house, but I don't know. Gryffindors are also assholes, so can also be assholes. But I don't think it automatically means you're a bad person. So I feel like people are hesitant to have Slytherin pride, but there's so much to commend about that house. And not everything about, like, not every single person's the same. Getting categorized into 4 types of people is it's a very narrow mindset. So, like, I don't know, not every single aspect of being a Slytherin is going to apply. Where sometimes I almost feel like I'm kind of between Hufflepuff and Gryffindor. But I've had a lot of people telling me I'm Ravenclaw lately, but I don't think being interested in, like, how things work, which is why people have been telling me this, negates my Hufflepuffness, I guess. So when people are hesitant to say they're Slytherin or be proud of being a Slytherin, I feel like it's because they assume people are gonna think they're a bad person, and I don't think that's the case. Because, like, you can also be a good person, be a Slytherin. So I'm just looking for the right colored pencils for what I'm working on. So, I should get my Cricut going. I did some Harry Potter themed designs in, like, a painting program that I got with my tablet. I just got a super cheap, I think the brand is Wacom, WACOM. Not sponsored or anything, just letting you know what I have. It's like a $40 tablet, and it came with an illustration program. So I use that and MS Paint, because I'm 1,000 years old, to do some design. So, like, all my jewelry I sketch in this illustration program and the paint program. So the things I'm working on that are off of sketches I did earlier in the year are, I have these SpectraSpecs that I've beefed up this part because not often, but I think 2 or 3 of the earrings that I have sent out from my Etsy shop, it's snapped right here. So I just beefed up where the jump ring goes. So this will become an earring or a necklace. See how I'm feeling? I actually don't have that many SpectraSpecs over here, so maybe I'll make another batch of these. I only have enough to make, like, let's see, 4 pairs of earrings. I should probably do some more of those. But yeah, I also made, oh, no, there are more. Okay. That's at least 5 pairs of earrings. All right, I'll take it. I also have my Hogwarts skyline. This is going to be a necklace, so the jump rings will go on either side here. Maybe a little pendant in the front. And then what else have I been working on? So I need to color those. I need to bake them in the oven because they're like shrink plastic. These ones are out of recycled material. Some of them aren't. I do try to keep track of the batches in my Etsy shop and mark which ones are, like, new shrink plastic sheets, but a lot of it's recycled material because that is important to me as an Etsy shop owner. But also, where's the other thing I did? Oh, I made some stickers. So I thrifted this massive fucking roll of hollow. This is hollow, right? It's like, that's what holographic is, right? I feel like there's been a lot of conversation this year and in recent years because of Christine from Simply Nailogical about, like, what holographic actually means. It's not multi-chrome or anything. But, like, this is such a big roll. It's sticker paper, and I got it at the thrift store for like $2 or $3. So of course I have a Cricut. I had to make a bunch of Harry Potter stickers. So I made these sketches, yeah, at the beginning of this year, maybe even the end of last year. But so I have a bunch of. It's hard to show because it's holographic. But I made Hufflepuff stickers and Ravenclaw stickers. It's funny looking at these designs because my plan is to sell these for $1 a piece at the market this weekend. Yeah, super shiny. Oh my god. This is also the Hufflepuff crest that I did, if you can see it. I need to like weed out the sticker stuff. So that'll be easier to see once I like pick all the bits out. Speaking of, I need to get another sheet going. But yeah, this thing is segmented into like, I don't know what this was originally for, but it has, I wouldn't say permanent adhesive, but it's a decently strong adhesive. Like I am contemplating putting that Hufflepuff sticker on my truck. Yeah, so I don't know what this was originally for, but it also kind of hurts my eyes when I'm looking at a big sheet of it. But anyway, I want to have a bunch of stickers that are $1 a piece at my table, because I'm hoping if I sell enough of them, I'll be able to earn my table money back, and then I can just keep all of my other prices what they would be. Because that's the thing about doing markets and selling on Etsy is you have to account for the overhead. So what I do, like my jewelry, my earrings and my necklaces, actually, I need to work on this. All of my jewelry at the events in person are $8 a piece, 2 for $15. But in my Etsy shop, because of shipping, and also the necklaces should cost more because it's more expensive for materials and like more time intensive, even though it's one piece versus the 2 pieces for the earrings. It's way quicker to put earrings together. I need to charge more. I should be charging more for most things, but I also have that lack of self-confidence thing. I'm comfortable where I have my prices right now, but having cheap little things like this, like stickers for $1, I think will help cover my table fee. It's only $40 for this market Saturday, which is, considering how well I did last time, I think very worth it for me. Where I have done markets at this location before that had different themes to them, but the themes were like just the nerd market, and I think that's too vague. Where when they have this specific one, like I had Harry Potter stuff, not exclusively, but I had some Harry Potter stuff at the nerd market. But I think like I'm more excited to go to a Harry Potter theme thing than just like nerd night. And I think like I really want to suggest to them doing a Adventure Zone themed night or something D&D related. Like there's so many offshoots of that. I've noticed a lot of people doing Adventure Zone cosplay and Critical Role cosplay. I haven't listened to Critical Role myself, but I'm very into Taz. I've actually been catching up on the Amnesty campaign, I guess. Finally, I'm like halfway through. Yeah, I'm like currently on episode 18, and I think they go to episode 32 or 36. So I'm about halfway through catching up on Amnesty. And then we get to start graduation. Very excited. But yeah, I think this place would get a really good turnout if they did a D&D / like McElroy themed thing. I think there's a big enough fandom for it. Especially because the McElroys have done, I don't know if any of you are into the McElverse. Also, let me know if the cricket's too loud. I have very bad hearing, and like certain tones I genuinely just don't hear. So if this is like super intolerable to listen to, let me know, and I will just run it later. But yeah, I think the McElroys have played Boston more than any other place. And this venue that these markets happen at are, it's like less than half an hour outside of Boston. I think a Boston crowd would come to this. A Boston crowd does come to this. So, and they always sell out, like super fast. So I think it wouldn't be a bad idea, especially considering how not super well the nerd themed markets have gone, because it's almost like too generic. I love it. I love the idea of it, but some of it is, record collectors, and it's like too ambiguous, I guess. Where nerd means almost anything pop culture these days. So I think, having a more narrow target would be really cool. And they have 2 floors to this building, so sometimes they do like one market on one floor. Last time I did the nerd market, they also had, it was called Pulp and Press, so people that like make their own notebooks and press their own paper that they paint on. Those people were on the floor below us, so they kind of had it diversified a little bit. So even if they only did one floor with McElroy stuff, I think it would be worth it. They'd have to word it a specific way. Like this, I called it Harry Potter Market because that's what I've been calling it to everyone. But it's called Diagonally, not Diagonally. And it wasn't until this market had its name that I realized Diagon Alley is Diagonally. I hadn't put that together until this market came up with its name, which is very clever. But, just licensing reasons, they can't call it a Harry Potter market. So it's like Diagonally a magical themed marketplace or something. Or a magical marketplace. Ooh, what are you thinking of the Adventure Zone so far? I wish I could go back in time and listen to the Balance arc, which is like that initial story they told. I wish I could go listen to it again for the first time again. It's just so good. Okay. Sorry, I was getting a dinner update. I've heard so many good things about Critical Role. I feel like I'm very near starting that show. Although they're on their 3rd campaign. I've been told you can start the 2nd campaign. So the main person I have heard discuss Critical Role is Ginny DiGiuseppe. Ginny D is what she goes by on like Twitter and everything. Again, let me know if the background noise is like too much. I'm going to be cutting stuff also. But yeah, I had never heard of it until I was watching some of Ginny D's videos, and she dressed up as Jester. She does a lot of cosplay, and just the intricacies of her costume made me interested in the videos and the content she was making about it, because it seems very involved. And she talks about like how she does her accent and all that stuff, because it's voice actors doing Critical Role, right? Where I love the McElroys, but I also understand when people have a hard time hearing them or differentiating them, or like Travis and Justin in particular have, it's not like a full speech impediment, but they have an interesting speech pattern. If you know, you know. If not, it's very hard to describe. But I feel very fortunate in that I was introduced to Travis on the Interrobang podcast. So I heard him individually, separate from Justin and Griffin, where I think Griffin's easier to tell apart. I think people have a hard time with Justin and Travis, but because I was exposed to Travis first and got familiar with his speaking patterns and speech and his, just like his particular voice, it is much easier for me going into it, knowing one of them, to tell them apart in the show. For my brother and me specifically, where I wonder if listening to Taz is easier to tell them apart because they're playing specific characters that like get referred to by name a lot. So I wonder if it's easier to familiarize yourself with their voices through that. Plus their dad, I love Clint. I love Clint so much. Yeah, he's great. Oh, they're in campaign 2. Okay, yeah. I've heard they're like really long episodes because it's like live actual play for Critical Role, and I would really like to watch that. You meet in a tavern? I have not heard of this. Tell me all the things, Chris. Oh, I didn't check the tracking at all this week. Did you get the thing I sent you? Did you like it? Is it acceptable? Do you need more trinkets? Yeah, I have very much been enjoying listening to this type of storytelling, like listening to a D&D podcast while I'm working either at my part-time job or in the shop here. Like I had Adventure Zone on before I started this. But I do listen to audiobooks a lot when I'm driving, specifically when I'm driving. Sometimes if I'm at work, I will. And I do listen to a lot of podcasts at work, and there's something about having a podcast going that is telling a story, like a D&D podcast at work, that makes it easier for me to multitask, like get my work done. And if I have to think about what I'm sewing at work, I work at a uniform store, so I do a lot of like hemming pants and taking shirts in, kind of those basic alterations you would go, like most people need to get done. So I don't have to think a ton about what I need to do there. So it's very like routine stuff for the most part. I do have a couple weird projects I had to do today, and like we'll have to finish up on Monday. And sometimes I do need to pause whatever story I'm listening to like focus my brain on it. But there's something about like the podcast format storytelling, like a D&D podcast, that really, I don't know, if I am not paying full attention to the podcast for like 30 seconds, I might miss a little bit of action, but I feel like they are better about catching you up. Where if you're listening to an audiobook and the story moves along and you miss like a tenth of a chapter, there's not a lot of recapping, and I feel like I have to rewind a lot more if I have an audiobook going and I'm trying to think about other stuff. Does that make sense? I don't know. That was a very intense tangent about something I don't know other people deal with. Man, I went on a really long tangent about my attention span in my wand making video, maybe? It might have been the Kappa video I posted yesterday. But it was a lot, and I just cut the whole thing out of the video. It seemed like a little bit much to have in there, where I already had enough like side tangents. This will surprise many of you probably, but I do try to keep it at a minimum and like try to stay on topic for the most part. Yeah, I'm gonna write this down, the name of this thing, so I don't forget. What is this? Oh, I have so many notepads. Okay. I have notepads for things. That's very insightful information, huh? So I keep a stack of notebooks in the corner of my desk here next to my thread rack. So if I think of a project while I'm working, I like make a list of notes. And some of my ideas, apparently, I find are very funny. I also have a podcast that's one day going to be out in the world with two of my very favorite people in the world. We've recorded a bunch. I've already edited at least two, if not 3 episodes. But the second half of this year has been like too buck wild for us to we just want to have a regular schedule before we start posting. So, I mean, we recorded some of these back in March. But I have like future podcast ideas and notes about the topics I want to discuss. So I just found one of the lists, and just the points I decided were important enough to write down made me laugh. I also have a notebook that is for doing live streams and writing down the recommendations that people have. Aha, here we go. Okay. Oh, I clearly have not looked at this since the last live stream, because I forgot about almost all of these, and I'm sorry that I'm that person that does that. But this is why I make lists, so that one day I find them and I'm like, right, I meant to look all this stuff up. Here we go. I need a pencil. Ooh, it's my Hufflepuff pencil. Is that coming up backwards to you guys? Because this is backwards for me. I actually bought this at NerdCon Nerdfighteria. Anyways, I'm going to write You Meet in Heaven. Okay. All right. I did it. Oh, good. You got the things. I'm very glad. Yeah, I was trying to debate like what style charms to add to them. And then I went with the beaded ones. Because then they were like multicolored. And I figured that they wouldn't get stuck in the knitting, where if I did like the shrink plastic house mascot shape charms, I worried that they might like get stuck in things. Okay. But yes, I'm glad you like them. I don't play with my bead collection often enough, so it was very fun putting those together. Does anybody else do that, where like you have the crafting supplies for certain types of crafts and then you just don't touch them for a long time? And they feel like you're neglected stepchildren or something? Yay! Oh, yeah, I should have just sent you a set for each house. But yeah, maybe I'll sneak those in next time we decide what we're gonna make for you. Okay, here's my. It's so hard to show hollow stuff. Here's my Hogwarts house crest. What's super infuriating about this? So these are like. No, these aren't even like the same design. So these apparently, like these are original sketches. I did use photo references for like this and this, but apparently I replicated it so close to whatever like the Warner Brothers merch and stuff has that they gave me a cease and desist on my Etsy shop for selling the jewelry I had with that artwork, like those as charms, like the separate house mascots I just showed you. I had like charm earrings with those on them. So I still have them for like in-person markets, because again, like I did draw those by hand with my tablet. I wasn't copy pasting anything because it was like too true to the original, which is a weird compliment, I guess. Yeah, I got like a cease and desist in my Etsy shop. Which, I mean, it's not my intellectual property, I guess. I didn't come up with Hufflepuff, you know? Fan art is such a like tough line to draw. I did start on some cross-stitch designs. Maybe I'll post the patterns. I haven't finished all the patterns, but once I'm done them, maybe I'll post them up on my Patreon. But I've been working on a cross stitch for Gryffindor and Hufflepuff that are like, it's just an animal head. Like it's just a badger head that I designed on a like 8-bit art app where you can do like pixel art, because that's basically all cross stitch is 8-bit pixel art. But yeah, it is funny when something you created yourself with reference photos. It's not like I wasn't scoping out what the like licensed material looked like. But again, it's not like I was tracing anything. Where it seems like that's what they were implying, like it wasn't original artwork. But and again, it's all a gray area. Like I don't know where that falls, so I didn't think it was worth defending. So I don't know. Oh, you know what? Maybe I'll wait to trim these down until later. Okay, I got another panel done. That's probably been done for a while, and I just realized. This is the problem with drinking while I'm working, is like, if I'm trying to keep a lot of things going at the same time, I do lose my focus a bit. Not that these are super strong beers. And also, it took me 2.5 hours to finish my first one, so it's not like I'm pounding through them. Not that I have to defend it. Anyway, yes, I get to cut more off this big ass roll of sticker paper. I wonder what this was for originally. I don't know. Did someone buy it for a Cricut? So it does have all these, like, I don't know, they're lines, but they're not separating anything. Well, like the whole top of the roll, it stops at about 4 inches, and then there's a bigger chunk down here, and then there's a line at every, what is that, 8-inch mark? 9-inch mark. So there, yeah, there's another line like this at every 9 inches, which is fine for what I'm doing. Like it doesn't have to be like a massive sticker. I can work within whatever parameters the sheets give me. But I don't know what this would have been used for before. Card decals? I don't know. It's a pretty good adhesive. Again, I don't think it's going to like strip paint off anything. But it's good for like, I don't know, what do you put stickers on? A notebook, water bottle? Ooh, you know what? Here's what we're going to do. Oh no, I should save those for the market. If there's a leftover leftover Hufflepuff sticker at the end of this market, I will add one to my water bottle. Just kidding. I stole the badger I weeded out of the Hogwarts crest. This thing. And still this guy. Put it on my Nalgene and see how he holds up. Oh, I done fucked it up. I folded it over on itself. All right. Well, I'll keep it in mind for the next one I weed out. Everything's fine. I'm sure I've told you all this before, but my first employment position, technically speaking, was, no, not technically, because it wasn't on the books. I was 13, so it wouldn't have been a legal employment situation, but there was a company that basically used something like a Cricut. There weren't like household machines at the time, but a die cutting machine that would do these types of cuts on like a sheet of vinyl, and then it was my job to weed out all of the negative space. So I was getting paid under the table, so not a super legal situation, and was working underage, also not great. And they had the audacity to nickname, like these two old guys had the audacity to nickname me Weed. That was my name at work. I didn't really care. I thought it was funny because like everything else was, they were fine. They treated me well. one thing that did drive me nuts is say I had a sheet of stickers like this, like 4 things to weed out, cut out. When I first started, they were like, yeah, we'll give you 50 cents a sticker. And then if it was like a big, say it's like a parking sign size sticker, why? It's not letting, it said message retracted. It's not letting me see what you said. I can't control what the stream reads out. Usually it let me approve if there were like swears or anything. So if you had like coarse language, I don't personally care, but like it's not letting me see it. Is this to do with this COPPA shit, ma'am? Yeah, I have no way to like approve what you wrote. Oh, that's so annoying. But yeah, anyway, I initially was getting paid 50 cents, and then if it was a really big sign, I'd get paid like $1.50, $2, something like that. And then they cut my pay rate in half because I worked too fast. Oh, why would it not let that through? So weird. I also watched a video recently of I've never seen his videos before, but Markiplier, Mark and Plier. I don't know what his name means. I feel like I've seen him around on YouTube before, but I've never actually watched a video of his. His voice is much more deep and charming than I expected. I feel like he's been around a long time. But he posted a video and then a follow-up one about people getting their Google accounts, not just YouTube, but their Google accounts suspended because he asked people to like vote for something in his live stream by posting like emojis, or he kept saying emotes. I don't know if there's a difference there, but he was like, post a red thing or a green thing, and people would post like 10 of the same emoji in a row in the same text. It wasn't like separate comments. It was just like one string of it. And they got their fucking Google account suspended. And then when they appealed it, they were like, nah, can't do anything. And all of it got deleted. Eventually they got it back. He fought them. He's also I saw his subscriber count and it's in the millions. So like he has the pull to get that shit back. But yeah, just be careful. Not that either of you are like spamming this at all. But I'd just be careful with like posting multiple emojis or something. I don't know why. And it sucks because like for me, that would make me not want to participate in the live stream as much. And I don't blame other people for not wanting to. This seems fine because it's just conversation. And again, I don't know the difference between an emoji and an emote. And this is maybe me aging myself. He looked at least as old as me, if not older. So it's probably a dumb thing to say, but I don't know what the terminology is. Okay, so here's the thing I do. If any of you have a Cricut and you find the things aren't sticky for very long, I put tape on whatever the material is. Now something like this, like a sheet of vinyl that you're not cutting through the whole thing, is much easier if your Cricut mat has lost its tackiness. Because you're not cutting all the way through it. So like this is fine. It's fine if this is sticking up. I don't even think I need to use the washi tape on this, but I've just been reusing the same pieces because it's fine. But when I use this thing to cut out shrink plastic like this, I have to do a lot of this by hand, and it fucking sucks because the Cricut mats do not hold their tackiness for very long. And yeah, like it'll peel up a little bit, and like if the blade's trying to cut through the plastic, it'll pull up a bit, and then it'll push the entire sheet, like crumple it in on itself. And it sucks. I hate it so much. But also, I don't know that these machines are supposed to be cutting shrink plastic, so I don't know how mad at it I can be. I can just try to hack it as much as I have so far, and just deal with it from there. If anyone is wondering, I think originally this Cricut was like $300 or $400. But by the time I got it, because I was way behind the times, and it was on like special sale, I think I spent like $130 on it. So it certainly earned itself back this past year because I've made a lot of jewelry with it. Any of the plastic jewelry, like the charms and stuff in my Etsy shop, I have made with this thing. So that's probably most of my sales. By the way, I have recently surpassed the 100 Etsy sales mark. I think it's like 120 something now, which is a super exciting. Sorry, I have email notifications for my own live stream. Cool. I'm here, so I know about it. But yeah, I wonder what the actual count is. Let me see. So I don't think this counts in-person sales because sometime, like Saturday at this Harry Potter market, I will have my, oh shit, I should have done these differently. At this Harry Potter market, I will have my card reader, which counts, it counts as a sale, not for my overall, oh, that's what it is like I have a sale number and then a like order number. So if someone orders something through my Etsy shop, that's a different logistic. No, that's a different statistic. There we go. My God. Than my total sales, like in-person sales and stuff. Yes, I have. Okay. I have completed. Wow, that's a lot. I have completed 125 orders on my Etsy shop, where I think the sales number is a separate thing. That's wild. I think I made less than 5 sales total for the first 5 years my shop was open. Granted, most of that time I wasn't actually active on Etsy, but I sold a couple pairs of robes and some like garments I had made. But also I realized I wasn't that good at sewing at the time. Or not that I'm an expert, but I have had a shitload more experience since those days. So, like on Sunday, after this market is done, I have a custom, I already have the fabric cut. And it's so pretty. I have the fabric cut for a custom set of Ravenclaw Hogwarts robes. And I'm just better at making them now. And I'm not the most confident person in any capacity, but particularly with my sewing of specific things, I will give myself credit and say like, yeah, I can sew a decent set of Hogwarts robes. So my hope is that tomorrow, if I can get all this stuff done, like making all these stickers, I want to finish this jewelry. And then yeah, hopefully tomorrow I can just sew. I do want to have a video for Saturday. I didn't think about this actually. I have some things filmed. I don't know if those will take longer to edit than it will to like film a quicker video and then edit that together. Like if I don't know. I know they get less views, but like, is anybody upset when I just post kind of updatey videos? Because I may just have to show me, and it's different every time. I find this stuff interesting. Like these are videos I look up on YouTube. I like people getting ready for their in-person events. So maybe tonight or tomorrow I might film me getting ready for the Harry Potter market and then showing you. It sucks that I can't, like, I'll be setting up Saturday morning, so I can't like have a video from the market for Saturday morning, because that's when I'll be working it. Where that's all I can think about is this Harry Potter market, because it's, I assume, judging by last time, going to be like my biggest, most successful event of the year. So I really want to like put my best foot forward and put all of my attention towards it. But also knowing I need to put a video up on Saturday, which is also a self-imposed timeline I have given myself, that I post on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, well, that's nice to hear. Yeah, I might, like, I've changed my setup enough times, so maybe I'll show like the packing process. I don't know. That's something else I find very interesting. Also, problem with drinking beer, that I have to pee really bad. But I will be right back. My sister likes to comment on how fast I pee, so I won't be gone very long. So hold tight. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Oh, I didn't know that about cash sales. So I like account for it in my QuickBooks program. Honestly, I have 2 different signs that say I accept cards. So I think pretty much everybody has used a card just so they can save their cash for someone that may not have a card available or has a limit or something. I don't have a limit. I mean, maybe like if people try to buy a dollar sticker with their credit card and nothing else. No, I think I spent $3 on this roll of stuff. So I'm still earning. Yeah, I don't have credit card limits. So I do understand people that do, because like it fucks with your profit margins. But yeah, I almost never get cash. But that is good to know. I never thought about that. I enter it into my QuickBooks. Like I make a note. I have a whole notebook that I bring that specifically has like, I write what the item is, how much of each type I have. So say like these stickers. I'm going to have a whole catalog list of like hollow stickers. This many Slytherin, and I like make a checkbox for how many I have, and then as the event goes, I check off next to each one. So once I'm home, I get to like make sure everything's balanced and like everything I don't have is accounted for in a sale. Not that if someone stole something, I could do anything. That's not something I really worry about. But at least I'll be aware of it if someone does. So. Yeah, that is interesting. I wonder, because like I'm part of a vendor and craft fair Facebook group, and people will talk about like their card sales versus their cash sales. But like I said, because I have 2 different signs on my table that say I accept cards, and same thing for me. Like if I'm at a market where I know some people might not accept cards, and I see a sign for someone that does, and there's no limit, like I'm much more likely to just use my card, even if it's a $5 sale. Yeah, that seems wild that Etsy would take a percentage. Like even the 20 cents off of an in-person cash sale. That's insane. Sorry, I'm gonna let Lego Boyfriend know that I'm live streaming so he doesn't accidentally like walk into the room. Because Bert is asleep down here. Oh, gonna knock the beer can over. Ooh. Everything's such a mess in here. But yeah, little Bert is asleep. Anyway, yeah, he's gonna be home soon, and he usually comes in to say hi and like see the dog also. But I don't want him to like walk in and accidentally be on an internet. That is how old I am. Cool. Yeah, I mean, they're doing nothing for that sale to happen though. Like I do understand having access to their record keeping maybe. But I don't know that many people that use only Etsy. Like if they're at the point they have to claim their Etsy income on taxes, because at least in the States, or at least New Hampshire, you don't have to claim side job income if it's less than $600 for the whole year. So yeah, I don't know anybody that doesn't earn enough to hit that mark that doesn't also have something like QuickBooks or an actual accountant where they like show all of that stuff too. Yeah, I'm just sending that text I said I was sending a minute ago and then didn't. Okay. Yeah, I mean, Etsy is a great marketplace. I'm frustrated with their free shipping stuff. From a business standpoint for them, I understand why it's beneficial. So like, as a customer, if I'm just scoping out Etsy, a shop that has free shipping is much more appealing than a shop that doesn't, and I'm much more likely to buy something off Etsy if it has free shipping. Me as a maker, I do understand that like the free shipping is accounted for in the item price. So then if someone has shipping as a separate charge, like it equals out to the same. But I think the shopper should be able to make that decision, where Etsy decided they're gonna push anybody that has their items marked as having free shipping, even though it's never technically free shipping because you're paying for it somewhere. They're going to push those ahead of all the other listings that don't have free shipping marked. Or again, it makes them look better if places have free shipping, because then people will say, if they're at a party wearing a dress that they bought off Etsy, someone asks, where'd you get the dress? They're going to be like, I got it off Etsy, not I got it off this shop. Here's their business card. Excuse me. So I understand, and like a lot of online businesses do offer free shipping. So Etsy has to think of themselves as like an online retailer. So I get it, but I also hate it. Yeah, it's very frustrating. But I think, I don't know. So they have this thing where you can mark your items, like free shipping on orders over a certain amount. So I think the one I had set was $35, like free shipping on orders over $35. I think once this market is done, I'm going to take like all day Thanksgiving. We're not doing much of a Thanksgiving. We already did it with my family. So I think like that morning, I'm going to spend the day reevaluating my shipping charges. We're like, the actual item cost is still going to be the same, but I think I need to recalibrate what the shipping charges are. So currently, as I mentioned earlier, I charge $8 a piece for earrings and necklaces in person. I need to charge more for necklaces, but it's easier math for people to do on the fly. So I find I do better sales that way. Where when I've had necklaces marked as more expensive than the earrings, people just don't buy the necklaces. So, yes, everything's marked $8 each or 2 for $15. So my Etsy shop, I include the shipping and handling in the item cost. So I think it's like $9.25 or $9.75 for a pair of earrings. It may be a little bit more for the necklaces. And they're all marked as having free shipping. But if I just put everything back down to $8 and then have shipping separate, but have it as like orders over $35 get free shipping, would that not incentivize people to buy more things? I don't know. I think if I was, maybe buying 2 necklaces from someone and saw that they had like a shipping minimum, I'd definitely be more inclined to buy like 3 or 4 pieces of jewelry or whatever it is, just to like hit that thing. So you almost feel like you're getting a free item, like they do with fucking Amazon. Isn't that the limit? It's like 25 or 35. I don't order off them often. Yeah, and they do have an option where like additional shipping cost for certain things is like you can have it be cheaper. And if it's, I think I always marked it as like $1 or $0 if it was additional item shipping cost. Because like for me, if I'm sending 2 pairs of earrings versus 1 pair of earrings, it's no price increase for the shipping itself. Like obviously time and like the wrapping material charge goes up, or like wrapping material usage goes up. But like at most it's like a 50-cent increase. Where I guess some things it would like doubling the number of items would double the shipping cost, but that's almost never the case. Yeah, man, it sucks. It sucks that it's such a crapshoot. I'm very lucky that like I go to the same post office all the time. I have very nice post office ladies that like the clerks that work behind the counter. So they will fairly regularly Like if something's kind of on the fence for thickness, whether it's a large envelope versus parcel, they will almost always give me the large envelope rate versus parcel rate because I'm in there all the time. And I know that there are shipping sites you can like get a representative and negotiate rates through like UPS and stuff, but none of my stuff's big enough to ship through them. I don't think. Well, I guess I don't know. I'm pretty happy with how the post office has done. Yes, a couple of my things have been broken. Oh, this is the other thing. So I did bulk up. It's specifically these earrings and my Star Trek earrings. I specifically bulked up where the jump ring gets attached. So once this shrinks down and is like the actual pendant size, if any of these end up getting shipped out, or the next batch I make for my Etsy shop, like if these all sell out this weekend and whatever I make after this, if I still find breakage issues, which again, it was like so few, I think 2, maybe 3 pairs. I think it's just 2 pairs have broken. And one of the pairs went to Turkey. So like there's a lot of customs and extra handling to go overseas. And I package international stuff differently because it costs the same to send just a plain first class large envelope with something like that that's flexible in it internationally as it does to send like a small parcel. So I stack a bunch of pieces of cardboard, like corrugated cardboard, cut out a little bit in the center. Say I have like 4 layers of cardboard. The middle 2 sections will have a square cut out big enough to hold the earrings in the middle. So there's nothing that can break the thing. I guess unless someone beats the absolute shit out of it, but it's pretty durable at that point. So all international orders are getting that treatment now. And I don't know. If I send stuff how I send it, it's cheaper. But if I also reinforce the packages with the cardboard, like I just described for domestic orders, it would increase the shipping by $3 or $4 per package, which, again, if people do multiple orders, it's only going to cost that like extra $3 or $4. Hello! So I wonder, and that will ensure that like stuff doesn't show up broken, where 95% of the time stuff hasn't shown up broken. But for those couple of incidences, it has happened. I feel like such shit about it. Yeah, let your dogs out. Aw. Yeah, like I think I would rather pay $3 or $4 extra for shipping to make sure it showed up safe than paid a cheaper amount of shipping and have to risk like having another replacement sent to me. Hello! Hermione bag, like a little drawstring thingy. Oh, no, I can't add more stuff to my list. So I'm working a market on Saturday just to catch new people up. Working at Harry Potter market Saturday. I'm currently finishing building the inventory for it. And that just made me realize I have so many of those bags. Those like triangle dice bags. Excuse me, I've been drinking beer, so I'm very burpy. Yeah, they're fun to make, and you saying Hermione bags reminded me of that. So now I want to make, excuse me, I want to make more drawstring bags. But I have so much on my list of makes for Saturday that I'm already probably not going to get through because I'm overambitious with these things. By that, I mean not realistic with these things. So yeah, I very much don't need to add another type of item to my list. Please send me pictures of this because this sounds incredible. Man, y'all are like way more creative and brilliant than I am with things. So when I post a video about here's a thing I made and then someone else does their interpretation of it, or like that kickstarts them, there's a jumping off point for them to make something way better and cooler. it makes my heart swell with joy. Oh, so just to show this off to everybody that wasn't here at the beginning, I have a huge fucking roll of this holographic sticker paper I got at the thrift store for just a couple dollars. It was either $2 or $3. You gave up on phones, like cell phones overall or specifically smartphones? Because I consider this all the time, but because I do so much business online, I don't know that that's actually an option, or do I just feel trapped in today's society? That's awesome. Kudos to you. Before I, like when I was still working at the costume shop I was at last year, and the couple of years previous to that, I had said to my partner, like, if I got a GPS in my car, I think I would be okay with having a not smart phone. Just like regular flip phone, no access to internet, it'd be great. But now, because I run an Etsy shop, do YouTube stuff, need to be more available for things. And again, maybe that's in my head. I have had people message me on Etsy, and if I don't respond within like 5 minutes, they're like, excuse me, are you like not here? As if that's the only job I have. Where I know some people on Etsy, that's their only job and they are immediately available, but also like people need to sleep and aren't available 24/7. Where as long as I get a response within a day or two, if it's something super pressing that I've like spent money on, yeah, that's fine. I get it. People need to exist in the world separately from the internet. But yeah, I guess I really only check YouTube comments when I'm home anyway. Like I get the notifications on my phone, but if I'm at work or something, like I obviously don't check it if I'm at work. But if I'm at home doing YouTube-y things, then it's fine. Yeah, that does sound very liberating. With everything that was happening in my personal life the past couple of years, I haven't done it much this year. When everything was happening with... Oh, hello, Burr. Are you awake? Are you waking up? I don't know if you heard his little stretch yawn a second ago. Hello. Aw. The beast has awoken. Yeah, hi, bud. Oh, he's so sleepy. Yeah, I have gone weekend, like whole, I say this like it's a crown to adorn myself with, but I've gone, say like a Friday afternoon to a Monday morning without my phone on at all. Oh, little smooshes. You can give me kisses? No. Oh, you're so stinky. Oh, you did give me kisses. Hi. Yeah, I genuinely felt less anxious having my phone off for multiple days in a row. And I had told like my mom and my sister, like, hey, here's my partner's phone number. You know how to reach him. He'll have his on. So if like an emergency happens, I'm reachable. But most days I don't need to be checking my phone as much as I do. It's convenient, but yeah, like at what cost? Oh, poor little guy. Something I have learned about Bert. Also, I have my Cricut going. Let me know if it's like intolerable noise in the background. Something I have learned about him, thank you, is that he's afraid of beer. Like when I opened this can, maybe not this one, because I did it further away from him, but the first beer I opened earlier, he like didn't run away, but definitely immediately got up and walked out of the room after I opened the other beer I had. So it's like the noise of a beer can opening, he seems really spooked by, and then like I don't want to fuck with him too much, but just to show you like what he does. yeah, he's like not freaking out, but he's like, please get that the fuck away from me. Where he's not like that with other, like if I have my water bottle. Do you also not like my water bottle? Oh, if I have like a cup of coffee or water or something, like he doesn't really care. Are you just upset I'm not playing with you? Yeah, like he's not running away from this. He's still turning away. But every time I've gone near him with a beer glass that smells like beer, that sounds like a dumb statement, but it will make sense in a second. He has that reaction. But if I have like a sour beer, like a sour fruit beer, it doesn't taste like beer and doesn't smell like beer. And this is why I tell people, if you don't like that beer taste, give sours a try. Because it's just like really tart fruit. I don't know. He doesn't give a shit about that. He will like try to lick the glass, and it's really sweet. Oh, well. But Jenny, so this has been my stance with a lot of people. Like, if you say you don't like beer, give sours a try. My sister didn't used to like beer. I told her to try some sours, and it was not a good mix. She super didn't like the taste of them. But we figured out, like, the beer we grew up around was very, like, I don't know, like Budweiser and stuff, like lagers. I have had a lot of different types of beers in the past however many years, and I still don't really like lagers that much. So when you assume all beer tastes like Budweiser type beer, you just don't like beer. But I got really into like traditional Bavarian style, follows the Reinheitsgebot law, purity law of 1516. Those beers are really good, like a Franziskaner or a Weihenstephaner. Yeah, I like those. So I do like traditional beers, but just, yeah, still not lagers. And that, you like the Franziskaner and stuff, right, Jenny? They're just like, that's what a standard beer should be, not Budweiser. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, he's like scared of it, and it hurts my heart because it just aches wondering what happened to make him afraid of beer can opening sounds and the smell of beer itself. So yeah, I feel bad. You are more important to me than the beer, bud. I don't want to freak you out. I can wait to drink it. Oh, poor little bean. But yeah, it makes me so sad because I probably have, I don't know, it depends on the weeks. Sometimes I go weeks without drinking, but I will sometimes have like 1 or 2 nights a week that I drink, and I don't think of it when I go to like open a beer can. Plus I've been working part-time for a brewery lately, and they have just been giving me so much goddamn beer that like I don't know what to do with it, to be honest. I couldn't take any the last 2 times I went to the brewery because I was like, I haven't touched the stuff from the last 2 visits. There's so much, and I don't drink that much. But ooh, have I had you try the bacon stout, Jenny? Because I will save those for the next time I see you. I know, like, I made a point to have Dad try it a few years ago, and he was really excited about it. So that I've had that can of beer in your house before, but I don't know that I had you try it. I split it with him, 4 or 5 years ago. But yeah, it's very bacony. It's very smoky, but it's really good. So I have 2 cans of that. I will save that for next time I see you. It'll be great. But yeah, I have so much beer, I don't know what to do with it. But every time I open a beer can, and I'm like right next to Bert, which is almost all of the time, yeah, he gets real spooked, and my heart breaks, and I feel so bad. Okay. Hi. You're a really good boy. Yeah, man. Oh my God. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. So I have Kilt Lifter on that list I was pointing out earlier. That's a really good idea, is like giving him treats whenever I open a beer can. I love that. He had a lot of weight loss to get through when we got him, and he's been pretty stabilized at like his ideal weight for about a month now. But we really only give him like one big treat a day. It's this like hip and joint supplement, not supplement, but like it's a treat that has chondroitin and glucosamine in the treat, so like kind of a supplement. But yeah, he gets that once a day because he's so small. He's like 16 pounds. I think he's 16 pounds. Where he started at, no, maybe he's less. Maybe he's like 15 and a half, because he started at almost 19, like 18 and a half, 19. And when you have a small dog, that's like 30% of their body weight. And he was such a little chunk. And it was starting to like hurt him a bit. So I'm glad we got his weight back down. But yeah, they do make like specifically very low, they're like good for training treats, where you can give them a handful of treats without basically feeding them a handful of Snickers bars. Yeah, my best friend works with animals all day. So she's always coming over with samples. And there are these ones, they're not nut shells, but they almost look like just pistachio shells. But it's like pieces of cereal. Oh, little Yorkie. Aw, Bert's wagging because we're talking about other dogs. Hi. I don't know if he has to like, oh, he may have to go out. It's been a while since you've gone outside, huh? Or was I just making too much noise and you got annoyed? He's been asleep this whole afternoon. Man, 6-pound Yorkie. I can't even imagine. Like, I never thought I'd own a dog this small. But 6 pounds is so tiny. I mean, I joke about this with Bert, and we joked about this when we had Frank. Frank was our previous mini dachshund. We had, holy shit, was that? So it had been about 3 years between dogs. And then we had Frank for 3 years. So I think we got him 6 years ago, which is fucked to think about. And yeah, then we only had him for about 3 years. Oh, little guy. He was the best. We were talking about this last night, is like what Frank and Bert would have been like together. And we think Frank would have been the leader of the two of them. And he would have taught Bert some ways, but Bert would have been his like the muscle. No, your pups are the best. It is funny because they're so different shaped, but that makes sense. They'd be around the same weight because Keller, for anyone that doesn't know, Keller is half Corgi, half Black Lab, and she's blind, and she's so cute, but she's real stumpy, but she's real stocky. And then Molly is just all legs and such a narrow frame, but she's like bigger in height and everything, and is more spread out, I guess. So it makes sense they'd be about the same weight, just proportioned very differently. Oh, you texted me. How dare you? Oh, those babies. Oh. Yeah, these are my puppy nieces. And I love them so much. What do you think, Bert? Are those your cousins? Oh, rude! He just turned his head away. I'm very upset with him. Bert, are these your puppy nieces? Or puppy cousins? What a little shit. Do you want to say hi? Yeah, that's what I thought. So rude. Oh, little guy. I'm sure you've told me this before, but what kind of dog do you have? And also, what is your Yorkie's name, Chris? Again, you've probably also told me this before. Yeah, what a little. I was gonna call him what a little snert. For anyone that follows my I think it's only on Instagram that I post this, but if I have a picture of Bert, I will write the hashtag Bert the Snert, because it must have been on a live stream. We were talking about this. Yes, you have told me this before. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it so much. Yeah, I have a friend that has a dog. She's a Bernese Mountain Dog named Zelda, and they call her Zell, and she's so cute. She's huge, though. Oh, that's so sweet. I love it. Yeah, when we were bouncing around dog names for what to call Bert, I was trying to think of good Harry Potter themed names. We talked about Newt. I was like, well, he's probably going to be a Hufflepuff. So, I was calling him Bean a lot, and this is before. Was it Amanda that suggested Bertie Bot? Oh god, that's gonna drive me nuts. I can't remember who suggested it, because it's that's where we picked his name from. But yeah, his name is Bert because of a viewer suggestion. So thank you. But yeah, I just called him Bean a lot, so we're thinking of Harry Potter names. And then, wait, you're gonna shave it completely, or just like a undercut type thing? Also, man, I wish I had a thick head of hair like my nephew. I do. I have very, very thin hair, if you can't tell. That's why I shave 3/4 of it like I do, is because it looks terrible when I try to grow it out. But yeah, we bounce around the idea of calling him Newt, like Newt Scamander. And I kept talking about his snoot, and we kept calling him Newt the Snoot. And then, yeah, when I decided on Bert, my sister said Bert the Snert, and it has just made me so happy every time I think about it. So that anytime I post a picture of him, that is his hashtag. Aw, Draco's great. German Shepherds are such good doggos. Oh, when I worked at the kennels, I worked at 2 different kennels when I was a youth, and German Shepherds were just the best. They're so smart, but also not too smart. They're gonna wreck things. Well, they're probably German Shepherds that wreck things, but they just listened really well and wanted to play, but also wanted to hang out and snuggle. The police dogs were kind of scary, but they specifically were the most scary when they had their special work collars on. So when we had them at the kennels, yes, they'd eat a whole raw chicken in one go, but they also just wanted to be dopey and play with us. Like Gustav, Jenny, he was the best. He was a German Shepherd, but he had, I don't know if they called it a blue German Shepherd, but instead of having the solid black sections, it was this steel gray. He was stunning. Such a pretty dog. Yeah, he was a police dog, and he was just so good. I think it was the first police dog I ever met that I helped take care of. And yeah, it was wild seeing the difference between them having their work collars on and then just getting to be regular dogs. Yeah, I had no idea that's how any of that worked. And he has a German name because they give them German commands. So that some random person isn't just going to be attack at the dog and it's going to listen. Yeah, that's about the extent of my knowledge about police dogs, but they were such good pups. Yeah, it was great. But Draco's such a good name. I got to pet sit a white ferret it was a month or 2 ago now. And yeah, I realized Draco gets turned into a white ferret in the third book / movie. So I made the ferret a little Slytherin cape, and it was very funny. I love that. I love that little lady. Her name's Belle, though, that little ferret. You have 6? Aw, they must love being in a pack, though. Cheryl! Hello! I have Bert in my lap, but I'm going to see if he'll go and take a nap in his little birdie bot bed. Will you go lay down again? I'll tuck you in. Do you want your hedgehog? Yeah, you want your hedgehog. No licking your butthole. No butthole licking. We talked about this. Nope. Oh, he's very upset. How's it going? Oh, let me run him outside really quick. I will be right back. If he has to pee, he's very good about peeing very fast. I will be right back with the little guy. Let's go outside. Come on. Let's go outside. I'm right here. Me. Okay, sorry, I'm back. Hello. Oh, hello. Houston is very far away. I know some of you are further than that, but that also sounds a lot warmer. It's very cold outside. Yay! Everyone's here. I'm very excited. The party can start now. I will have to cook tacos soon, but in the meantime, yes, let's hang out. Also, I need to show you all the leash I just used. All right. Sorry, Bert. So, I left Bert's all his other leashes upstairs. So I had to use the strap of my purse. But it has 2 clips. Like, it has a clip on either end. Both the purses I use have like detachable strap. So sometimes if I'm in a pinch and I'm an idiot and leave his leashes upstairs and he has to go pee out the downstairs door, then yeah, I will use a purse strap. So if you heard like a bunch of clanging around and the sound of like keys falling, it's because my purse slammed onto the floor because I couldn't have possibly set it on the floor first and then taken the strap off. No, I had to like unclip it from the strap while it was hanging and then just let the purse do what it was going to do. Professional. Well, now that there's new people here, I will let you know what's happening. There's so many hollow things. I can't believe I fucking found this at a thrift store. And I've gone through like 15 sheets of this already. But look at this goddamn roll of sticker paper. my voice went out a little bit there. Yeah, so it's in these like 9-inch wide panels, and it does have this line down the middle, so I can't do like a huge sticker, but it's getting me what I need. I think it cost me $2 or $3 at Goodwill, so worth it. And I've been making little Hogwarts Cresties and my like really simplified Hogwarts things. Yeah, there's so much happening. I'm very excited about it. But yeah, so I'm gonna have my Cricut going in the background, doing its thing. So if you hear it buzzing along, that is what I am cutting out. So I've done, I should do one more sheet of Hogwarts crest things, and then I will move on to the Hogwarts skyline. So all the designs I'm working on, I drew in like January or something, and I really want to sit and like make new designs. But also, like, I'm prepping for this market Saturday. Fingers crossed it is my best event of the year, judging by how well the one in the springtime went, where I sold out of a lot of the stuff I had. And I didn't even have my garment rack at that event, where like those are the big ticket items, are my robes and everything. So my plan is to get all of this stuff done, like finish making a batch of jewelry, make these stickers, get my mystery bags together. P.S. Carrie, thank you so much for suggesting mystery bags. I know I've yelled at you about this multiple times now, but like, very helpful. Yeah, so I have like one more mystery bag. I have one more item to make for a mystery bag, and then I'll be good. You are so smart. But yeah, one more item to make for that, and then I will have 7 new ones. They're all lined up. If you can see it over this pile of shit. I have 7 new ones here, and I have a whole, like, down here. Oh, this pink bag is full of mystery bags. They're not all Hogwarts specific, so wait, are you a Slytherin, Carrie? I don't know that I know your house. You've probably told me before. I'm sorry for not remembering, but yeah, it's brilliant. I do think it's my Hufflepuff qualities that make me a bad business person. Inventory, but oh, really? What are your like big fandoms then? No, not Faux Geek, just different, into different things. I would say, if we're going by like what I can answer the most trivia about and probably talk about the most, Harry Potter's like the big one for me. And I was talking to my sister about this the other day. Also, hi Jenny, I hope the head shaving of my nephew is going well. If you're both listening to this, hi, hey, hello, gonna troll you audibly. Yeah, I was talking to someone else about, oh no, they initiated this conversation where someone was talking about Star Wars. I like Star Wars. I haven't read any of the novels, but I really like the movies. I have my own fan theories about Rey's backstory. And they got like weirdly upset that I was talking about Star Wars in like any depth. And then they got really in my face about Lord of the Rings. Or like, well, only true, like the true nerd thing is being into Lord of the Rings. I was like, do you also like Lord of the Rings? They're like, but you like Harry Potter. Like, I like both things. Like, yeah, but like you're a Harry Potter person. Like, I would also describe myself as like a Lord of the Rings fan. Like I can fuck up some Lord of the Rings trivia. And they just couldn't wrap their brain around it and have literally challenged me to like a Lord of the Rings trivia showdown. And the person who I know that's so into, like, Lord of the Rings is her thing. That's like the thing she cares the most about. She rereads the books every year, rewatches the movies every year, has read the Silmarillion, and like that's her thing. Which again, she also likes Harry Potter. Her and I go, well, I don't go with her to the Yule Ball, the Harry and the Potter's Yule Ball, but like I always see her there. So like as we're discussing, we can like different things. And yeah, I almost beat her at Trivial Pursuit for Lord of the Rings. This sounds like a big like nerd flex, and that's not what I'm saying. But like you can like more than one thing is the point. And this person is so narrow-minded that they couldn't fathom me also liking the Star Wars movies. I guess I'm not a true Star Wars nerd because I haven't read any of the novels. And I don't go to the midnight showings because I'm old as shit and fall asleep at 8:30. So like priorities, you know? Ooh, okay. Labyrinth. Yes. That's how you can like things to different degrees. Oh, Bert's upset. It's almost dinner time, and he's going into rage mode. He just stormed out of out of the sewing room. I think he's looking for a toy. Are you looking for your... Oh, no. He's just trying to tuck in. Hold on. I'm going to throw him a toy. Maybe he'll settle in there. Oh. Oh, no. I spooked him. Oops. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Multifaceted. I am on my second beer. Apologies for bad speaking. Yeah, I can't read the Lord of the Rings books. I have listened to the audiobooks. I find audiobooks much easier because I will find myself rereading the same page 12 times and not absorbing things. And that will happen with audiobooks too, but it's easier to like rewind a chapter and just start over from there. So, oh, and the guy that narrates it, that's the word, the audiobooker. He's so good, and in The Hobbit too. There's so much singing in The Hobbit, and just something about that particular guy's voice. It makes me not want to punch myself in the ear hole. I feel like I missed part of the chat. Yes, anything is a fandom if you like it. Agree. Wait, what are you going to school for, Carrie? And also Goonies. Yeah, Goonies is great. So I haven't caught up on Doctor Who. I don't actually think I finished the Matt Smith seasons. I think I'm like half a season from catching up on that. And then I still have all of Peter Capaldi and all of Jodie Whittaker to watch. That doesn't mean I'm not a Doctor Who fan. This is a conversation I had at a convention last month. As someone was trying to talk to me about Jodie Whittaker. I was like, well, I haven't watched any of her episodes yet. They're like, but you have TARDIS jewelry here. It's like, yes, because I still like Doctor Who. They're like, but you're not caught up. It's like, does not negate my enjoyment of previous Doctor Who seasons. And they were, yeah, they let it go, but they were like trying to pull some me being a fake fan bullshit on it. Like, if you enjoy it to any extent, absolutely. Adorn yourself with whatever memorabilia you want. Whatever makes you feel happy. I like having a TARDIS jewelry piece on me. I do want a TARDIS tattoo. I used to think to myself, once I catch up on the show, but I don't think that matters. If I only ever watched the Christopher Eccleston season or the David Tennant seasons, which David Tennant's my favorite, but Christopher Eccleston needs to get more credit because he like revived that series. Yeah, I want to get like this whole side of my arm. There's a specific piece of artwork that is TARDIS related. I want it here. But also that costs money, so like not a priority right now. Oof. Yeah, Chris, you taking a week to read the chapter with the meeting in Rivendell. Yes, that's exactly how I'm not a quick reader at all, because this is something me and my sister differ on, and I didn't realize that there were different reading styles until talking to her about this, like, only in the past couple years. And not to call my sister out on this, I know lots of people have different reading styles, but it wasn't until I talked to her that I was like, oh, you just read differently than me. I didn't know that was a thing. Where I read the words on the page in my head. Like, I read it out loud in my head. I don't say the words physically. I don't speak to the room, but I say it at this speed in my head. And that is very time consuming. That does mean I absorb a lot of the details, which are important to me, but it takes me 6 months to get through like a 250-page book. And that sucks. Where I envy people like my sister who can more like scan read, where they consume more. You understand like the story at large and certain things, where maybe not as good at remembering the details, very intricate, specific, trivial, perhaps, shit. But you get to consume more total. Where it's like someone that takes their time to like sit and chew the like 35 chewing mastication processes, like that many chomps before you swallow something, versus someone like, maybe that's a bad example or bad analogy to make. I'm a very slow reader. Audiobooks help, but they also read the book to you at the same speed I would be reading it in my own head. So it's still a slow way to consume a book, but for me, faster. Plus, if there's a good cast, like I'm listening to the His Dark Materials books right now. I'm like halfway through Amber Spyglass, which I've read before, but it's been a long time, and I didn't remember most of the stuff that happens. And getting the audiobook, it just brings it to life in a different way. If it's a good audiobook, there are not good audiobooks. Yeah, I feel the same way, Cheryl. Like, I really like Doctor Who, but am not caught up on current seasons. But I don't think that lessens me I don't think that lessens my love for it, you know? I love the idea of having D&D dice down your arm. I super love that idea. Do it! And send me pictures. Oh, that's the most endearing thing. That's the most endearing way to like describe letters being out of order, like finding out you're dyslexic. Now, what's the difference between dyslexia and dyspraxia? Yeah. So I have some of the Stephen Fry audiobooks. I fucking love Stephen Fry. I love him so much. He's one of my favorite public figures, like, in the world. Love him very much. I do prefer Jim Dale's audiobooks. I don't know if that's because those are the American versions and that's what I was like more accustomed to, but like half of the ones I have on my iPod, because I still use my ClickWheel iPod, half of them are Stephen Fry and half are Jim Dale, and I find myself more involved in the Jim Dale ones. So I wonder if that's it. I do like Stephen Fry. I think he has less range in his character voices. But again, fucking love the guy. I don't want to discredit his audiobook reading skills because they're enjoyable. I just don't think it's his strongest I don't know, strongest career path. But again, I'm not like mad if the Stephen Fry version of the audiobook is on. But for me personally, given the choice between the two, I do prefer the Jim Dale ones. Yeah, I just saw the note, Adrian's Undead Diary, right? I just found my note on that from the last live stream I did. Also, how long has it been since my last live stream? I keep telling myself I'm going to do these once a month, and then like I don't know how long I go between them. I don't know if anybody cares that they're not on a schedule. I know that's one of my Patreon tiers is doing a live stream. Also, I have more fun doing live streams when there's more people participating because it's not just me staring at a screen. So I prefer doing them publicly on my channel. But if you are part of my Patreon and part of the live stream tier and it bothers you that I don't do like a private live stream for my Patreon, let me know and I will start doing that. And I will make that, like, I will schedule that into my week because you guys are paying for it. I should make sure I schedule a monthly live stream onto my actual channel anyway. But also I'm juggling a lot of part-time jobs and my schedule is just very unpredictable. So it is hard to do this. So, yeah, I've done some earlier on a Friday. Sometimes I don't, well, I still work on Fridays, but sometimes I do work from home on Fridays where it was more, I was more strict about that before, but then I got offered more hours at my part-time, one of my part-time jobs. So sometimes I work Fridays, but like, I don't know, like, I didn't know I wasn't going into one of my part-time jobs until this afternoon. So it is really hard for me to schedule stuff, which is a bummer. And I'm able to schedule out videos ahead of time. Not that I've set up Saturday's video, and hey, if you have suggestions on what I can do, that'll be like a quick thing. Or if you don't mind me showing you like how I pack my stuff for an event like that, like I'm working an event Saturday, so I can't show you what I'm doing Saturday until after this Saturday, if that makes sense. Like, I really want to show you how this Harry Potter market goes, but the market is from 12 to 6 on Saturday. And so, like, I won't be able to show you that on my channel until next Wednesday, at least. So I'm in, like, scramble maker mode for the event Saturday. So I'm trying to, like, focus all my time and energy on making stuff for this. Which means I haven't thought of what video to do for my Saturday video. So if there's anything you want to see in relation to me working an event like this that I haven't covered yet, and it's ever changing, like every time I do an event, something's different. Yeah, let me know. I would like to not stress myself out more and just give myself like a small, compact video to do. But I do also have like more involved projects filmed that I can turn into a video that, like, yes, that cuts out filming time, but there'll probably be a longer editing process because sometimes it takes me 2 or 3 hours to edit a video. So if there's a quicker video idea that, like, filming and editing total together will be quicker, that would be great. But I don't know what to do. I could show you how I'm making stickers because I haven't technically done that yet. But I also don't want to, like, phone it in, you know? Yeah. I definitely want to film my setup like the day of the event for Saturday. and I'm planning to film me putting it together. I do have footage of me setting up for the last Harry Potter market, but I never posted it for whatever reason. So Bert, what are you doing? Can you hear him woofing at me? You're so cute. Did you just go do something you shouldn't have been doing? I feel like the look you're giving me is something that implies you were getting into trouble. Yeah. So I want to like compare the two events because one was from the spring Harry Potter market and one will be this Saturday. I'm definitely going to film while I'm there. And then I can compare the two. But because like the event doesn't happen till Saturday, that can't be my Saturday video, if that makes sense. You get it. But yeah, I think maybe just showing how to make stickers. Because I do have a thing for how to make like I have the transfer paper and stuff. Like if all the stickers I'm cutting out are single piece, so you don't need the transfer bit, if that makes sense. Where I had to watch a video on how, well, I wanted to watch a video to double check that the thought process I had and my previous experience doing stickers still applied. So I've had to make stickers in the past that did involve needing some of the transfer paper, so I have that. So I might do that. I kind of half-ass cosplay at events. I don't go all out because it's uncomfortable to be in the costume for the whole day if there's like a wig and shit involved. I will be dressing up pretty Hufflepuffy for the market Saturday. Like the skirt I swapped the buttons on yesterday, that's going to be, like I did that yesterday so that I'll have the skirt ready for Saturday. I'm basically going to be dressing like Tonks. That's my go-to like Harry Potter themed outfit. But it's also very loose. Like I'm going to touch up my hair and like have it be this color blue. Well, maybe not this bright, but like have it actually be blue again. Yeah, that's Disney bounding is the style. Like it's that level of cosplay where it's not like true to the character. But it takes elements from that. So like I dressed as Dr. Frankenfurter from Rocky Horror Picture Show for one of the events I did. But I didn't have the wig. It was just kind of like a dressed down version of the cosplay. So I would call it like a casual cosplay. That's usually what I do at events. Yeah, it does. I don't know. It just looks like an outfit to some people, but then some of the people like pick up on what you're doing and are like, oh, I love that. So Tonks comes in book 5. Well, book and movie 5. Yeah, cosplay. She's my favorite character from the Harry Potter series. She's an animagus, which means... Oh, no. Sorry. She is a... Oh my god. Metamorph Magi? Is that? Oh my god. I can't... She can change her facial features and hair color and stuff. Okay. Thank you. I'm glad I thought of the word. Oh, hold on. I got an update. Can you hear Bert digging? The cricket's also going, but oh, he's so cute. It's almost his dinner time, so he's getting upset. I like that I'm texting my sister. I could have just said out loud what I just texted at you. I love it. Excellent job. Yeah, so Tonks is an adult Auror, so she's like a dark wizard catcher. That's basically like a vigilante, right? It's like a wizard cop, but like also not a cop. I mean, it's kind of kind of law enforcement. And yeah, she's great. If you know who Lupin is, she ends up with Lupin. I identify a lot with Tonks. She's kind of like the punk rock presence, I think. She has I don't know, I feel like most cosplays of her, it's very punk rock, which I identify with. Also, her primary hair color is like bubblegum pink, which I have had pink hair before. It's very hard to keep up. So blue hair dye is very hard to get out of my hair, so that's why I just stick with the blue. That's why it's been blue for so long. Plus, like, cool tones seem to suit me very well. I love that. So a friend of mine actually just sent me a photo of a picture of her and I dressed as I was dressed as Fry, and she was what? Oh, Lilu is from Fifth Element. Leela from Futurama. And yeah, it was great. I forgot that I had done that costume. I didn't keep up with Futurama, and I didn't watch when it came back however many years ago. Was that like a decade ago? Yikes. But I remember when it premiered. Was that after like the Super Bowl? I feel like the Super Bowl was involved. But yeah. I don't have buttons or badges. I have thought about getting a button machine, like a button maker thing. Because I do have some like original sketches. I don't view myself as much as like an illustrator artist. Where I mean, I have done sketches and drawings and stuff for like the paintings and for the stickers and the jewelry, but I don't know if people want buttons of them. So I'm kind of test running this with the stickers I'm doing. Like these are designs I would eventually have on buttons, badges if I went that route. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. And again, like with this roll of hollow sticker sheet, yeah, it's a good way to test cheaper things. Again, this giant fucking roll of sticker paper, this hollow shit right here, it was like $2 or $3. So heavy though. Someone like the cashier offered to walk me out to the carry it to the car for me. Ooh, yes. I would put blonde in quotation marks because it was always like a between color for me. I never meant to like stay blonde for a long period of time, but I just didn't want to. I wanted to give my hair a break before I colored it. Although I almost always use vegetable-based dye, so coloring it right away wouldn't have like hurt it more. But yeah, I've been a yellow hair person. I never had it like toned to a proper like blonde, so I feel like I can't take that title of having been blonde. But yes, I know what you speak of. I do plan to dye my hair blue again tomorrow night. Maybe. We'll see. I always tell myself I'm going to before an event, and then I just never have the time. I don't prioritize it. Yeah, you guys should be friends. I mean, all of you should be friends on Instagram and things. But hey, everybody, be friends with each other on Instagram. And also, if you don't, this is not me trying to get followers, but like, I know I talk to a lot of you and would like to continue talking to you. So like, if we aren't already Instagram friends or Twitter friends, add me so we can be friends. Please and thank you. Yes. Into that, whatever your idea is, Carrie, you have been so helpful with business things, and I so appreciate you like sharing your intel with me. Also, holy shit, y'all. Yeah, Cheryl not only are you my fairy god Cheryl. Oh, did you see Sama's post? Okay. All of you probably know that Sama from Sama Witch and Grant Scoble, Crafting with Cocktails, are like my two internet besties. But Cheryl has also been following Sama, and on one of her videos, she does these really amazing, so charming and so delightful. She calls them like shitty makeup tutorials. They're so much fun, but they're like dollar store makeup things. Oh my god, they're so much fun. They're genuinely some of my favorite videos on the internet ever. And it's the funniest goddamn however many minutes she does. And through all of October, like every Wednesday, she was posting one, and she's such a goddamn delight. And in one of them, she made a comment about reusable makeup wipes, or reusable makeup remover pads, however she phrased it. And I sell some in my Etsy shop, and which was actually because of a string of conversations that another YouTube person I watch came up with. This delightful gem of a human, Ellis Jade. Really great illustrator, really great environmentalist, awesome fellow Hufflepuff. I love her to bits. She's so talented. But she did like a Q&A on Instagram for people saying like how they change their day-to-day habits to be a little more eco-friendly. And someone had posted like, oh, I got myself some reusable makeup wipes or face wipes. And every morning I used 2 cotton rounds, one to use a toner on my face, wipe it all down. If that wasn't a morning I was showering, so like every other morning, I would use a cotton pad to wipe my face down with toner, and then I would go over it with a moisturizer. So 2 cotton pads a day. Not every day, but every other day, we'll say. And I realized after her Q&A, like, holy shit, I am wasting so many cotton rounds. And I had honestly never considered reusable face wipes. It was not on my radar. Like with Q-tips, like is there an alternative for Q-tips? Because I use those very often and they just get not used again. Anyway, I did a video on making them and then listed some in my Etsy shop because I made a whole batch. And then in one of Sama's makeup videos, which again, funniest goddamn shit I've ever seen are Sama's makeup videos. I love her so much. She's so funny and she doesn't think she is, and it just makes it even funnier and more endearing. I just love her. She's just such a like good human being. And yeah, she mentioned wanting to get my makeup remover pads for my Etsy shop, but also like, but wait, do I wait until there's Harry or Hufflepuff themed ones? Because she's also a Hufflepuff. And then Cheryl, God bless you, Cheryl, you're the best, sent me a message on one of the various platforms and was like, hey, if I send you some Hufflepuff fabric, can you make some wipes for Sama? So finally got my shit together. And well, my serger broke for a while and then I had some events, so that's why it took so long. And I do apologize it took me so long. But it's all, I don't view it as stalking. I view it as enthusiastic participation. And like, I was so touched, I guess, when you said, like, when you wanted to send me the fabric to make something for, like, who does that? You're the kindest person ever. And just the fact you would be that thoughtful, really made me very happy. And, yeah, so I was so excited to, make those for Sama. And I sent them to her and wrote her a little note explaining the backstory that, Cheryl had messaged me and was like, hey, if I send you the fabric, you make these for Sama, you use the rest for whatever. And yeah, she just this past week, I think she got them, and or maybe last week. But yeah, she posted like an Instagram post that she was crying a whole bunch at both of us. I sent her, it was a very cheesy letter, but it was how I felt because I love her a lot and I wanted to express that, which I tried to do once in a while, is let people know, let the people that I like know that I like them. We're like, I like all of you guys too. Yeah, man, I feel so lucky. Like to recognize how lucky I am that I have such a cool, badass, encouraging group of people on here. And the way you hype each other up, like, is currently happening with Carrie and Cheryl. I love it. You're both super goddamn talented, and are both, yeah, super, like, brilliant, creative minds. And I'm so happy you guys get to talk to each other in things like this. I don't want to go on the same rant I went on in the video I posted yesterday, but this is why the idea of like losing my like comment section and stuff, like I'm not willing to do that with this COPPA shit, so I'm gonna fight it as much as I can. Oh, you had to rescue a shoe. Oh no. The thing I was talking about with Instagram is that my friend Sama Witch posted a very heartfelt post with me and Cheryl in it the other day, because we sent her a custom little present that her and I conspired on together, and it made me very happy that I could help with it. Cheryl really made it happen. I just put the thing together, but she provided the supplies, and they're just so sweet. Yeah. And like Carrie, you were referring me to I was talking about the Facebook group, the vendor, farmers market, whatever it's titled page. Are you part of the handmade entrepreneur page? Because I definitely find it less busy, which is good, and it's also specific to handmade people, and not like direct sales marketing, which is such, I mean, I guess a little bit of it is the same, but it also feels very, very different doing direct sales marketing things. But yeah, like you recommending that to me, I've also found a handful of like local people near me that have like worked, like this event I'm doing Saturday is at a place called Mill Number 5. They do a market every weekend during the school year. And there was someone on there that posted they were doing like a different weekend than me. And oh my god, Amber, yeah, hello. Yeah, she was talking about working at the same venue but for a different themed event, and I messaged her privately asking like, so what did you think of working the market? And it was also like I worked the weekend previous to her and there was like no traffic, and then she said the same thing the following weekend. It was sometime in May because it was around Mother's Day. That's a tough time of year in New England for selling stuff because the weather's just starting to get nice, so people are going to like want to do outdoorsy stuff. It's not like a big time of year to sell stuff. Yeah, I've noticed this about these groups by this woman, Allie, whatever her name is that like she talks about certain selling tools and like techniques, but then she uses it on fellow makers and like business people. And I'm sure there are tricks that I will not learn without getting into the paid tiers. But it's all basically, like you're saying, yeah, it's basically an advertisement for her to make more money off of this. And I'm sure she has information to offer that is worth people's while. But, oh, well, thank you. But, like, I feel like I've learned a lot just talking to other people at, like, maybe my table neighbors at events, or people that are very generous with their experience, like you are, sharing, like, little things like, hey, try a mystery bag if there's stuff that, like, has been sitting for a while. Because that's the other thing, man. Something I was talking to someone about recently, I mean, I guess it comes up every event, is like, say my last Harry Potter market. Oh, I'm going to be so sad if this happens. But bitches do love blind bags. I just sold one of my, like, multi-fandom mystery bags in my Etsy shop, and it's the first one I've actually sold, like, through Etsy and not at an event. So they have to pay for shipping and stuff, and because they're bulkier items, it costs more to ship. And I just can't believe any of those have sold, because you're literally, like, it was someone who doesn't even have an account on Etsy, so maybe they know me from my channel, but I don't know. But they had to pay like over $20 for something. Like, they had no idea what they were getting. I take pride in the things I make, so I hope that they like the things. It's certainly worth more if I were to sell each of those items individually. I have sold them for more than that. But it's also things I don't want to, like, continue making. So, yeah. Oh my god, 50K. The fuck. Also, does she have her own shop, or is her business having people pay her to tell her how to run a business? Or people paying her to tell them how to run a business? Beer brain. Everything's fine. Holy shit, blind bags at a yard sale is fucking brilliant. Amber, you broke this shit wide open. Oh my god. So I've sold things. Holy shit. I have sold things at, like, the flea market. That's a couple towns over. That's so brilliant. A rabbit toy business? Hey, I mean, I have some things that I market as dog toys, so they're multifaceted things. They can be like a kid plushie, they can be a pin cushion, or a dog toy. I personally have used these particular items as both pin cushion and dog toy. So I don't want to yuck anybody's yums. I don't think there's any things I'd be like, I can't believe you make that and sell it online and that's what you do for a living. If people are buying it, go for it. Go to town. Yeah. See, this is also something I'm considering, like, just renaming things. So here's the deal. Like, I had my Pikachu plushie ball things on my Etsy shop for like 6 months, and I sold one of them at the beginning to one of you for, like, as a pin cushion, and she bought it, like, as soon as I posted it, but it hadn't moved in like 6 months. So then I realized Bert desperately wanted one of the little Pikachu balls I made, so I gave him one of them. I just took that loss and was like, here you go, little guy. He fucking loves it. And I was like, okay, well, I guess this can also be a dog toy. So I listed it as a dog toy, and like the next day got a sale and sold my last one. So it's interesting how, like, the same thing just gets used for a different thing. And why is my battery running low? My shit's plugged in. Oh, no, it wasn't fully plugged in. Yeah, I love that. So I have, like, little tiny, they're like those triangle, I think I call them dice bags in the video. They're little triangular. It's a great way to use scrap fabric. But they're small enough they would only hold like one set of polyhedral dice. Where if I made bigger ones, I could market them as like reusable bags. Where I have a lot of fabric, I would like to just use as reusable bags. So, like, if I do a farmer's market again, I learned, and I should have thought of this before, was like, hey, it's a farmer's market. Think about the people shopping at the farmer's market. Have like reusable things for sale. But I didn't think about that. So, yeah, so here's the thing with the dice bags for me personally. I'm super anal retentive, and having all the dice bags, or having all the dice sets sorted into separate sets, that's why I like the little tiny dice bags that I have made, because they only hold one set. Well, there's probably more wiggle room than 6 dice, but you can fit about one set in there. If you have like multiple mini bags, maybe in a bigger bag, I guess, it's just another level of organization. Naughty dice bags is great. Micro dice, neat. Yeah, I don't know how to measure the volume of the ones that I make, but oh, I forgot. Well, I should drink some of this. Oh no, I didn't put it on. I forgot. I put a sticker on here and then realized I had folded over one of the edges and then took the sticker off, and I got excited and then sad again about it. This is what happens when I live stream for any length of time. Man, I want tacos, but my taco partner. Ooh, I'm so sorry. Just bashed the laptop with my phone, or with my water bottle. Good grief. I'm like a beer and a half deep. And I started drinking my first beer, I think like 4 hours ago. There's no reason for this. But yeah, I will probably have to leave like kind of out of nowhere because I'm on taco duty. I promised tacos. I mean, I already like cooked the stuff, but most of the time involved in making tacos for dinner is the like assembly of the tacos. So I did promise I'd be on taco duty tonight. So once I get the alert that my taco partner is on his way home, I will have to go get that ready. I'm also so hungry. I had an eggplant parm sub on the ride home from work today at like 2:30, but I'm still so hungry. Yeah. Okay, so I have not seen the dice bags with the little bags inside it, but that is kind of my idea with having the tinier dice bags that are like 4 individual sets, so you can put all of them in a bigger one, because it would drive me up a goddamn wall if I had a ton of different sets and then had to like sort through all of my dice every time I wanted a specific one. Ooh, that sounds really fancy. Wait, is chicken cordon bleu when there's like stuff inside of the chicken? I did eat some M&Ms on my way back downstairs when I took a bathroom break earlier, and I still have like, I don't know if you can see the discoloration from the M&M candy coating, but that's all I've had for a snack this afternoon. Also, holy shit, this has been happening for probably 2 hours now. Yeah, because that's when I started this stream. But I've been hearing my voice echoing, and I thought it was just a live stream thing, but no, it's this empty can is picking up my voice and giving it that like little tinny echo. So if that was happening in your ear holes, that is why, because it's close to the microphone. Oh, okay, yes. So I make, it's like chicken wrapped. Oh, that may be my taco partner in crime. Hold on, let me. I haven't been to Aldi. They recently opened one up within driving distance of me, and I've been curious, but I've also heard not great things. But I also don't know who it's coming from. I mean, I know who it's coming from, but I don't trust who it's coming from because they're judgy about everything. Excuse me. Yeah, so I make, I mean, it's essentially chicken cordon bleu, where I take the chicken pieces, and I almost never eat these. I always just make these for Lego Boyfriend, because I, generally speaking, not all the time, but most of the time, I fucking hate eating chicken. I'm not strictly vegetarian, but I'm most of the way there. I have been strictly vegetarian many times in the past. And I just prefer, like, I will always prefer eggplant parm over chicken parm, like I had for lunch today. Yeah, I've heard Aldi's very good for, like, budget conscious people. We have Market Basket, which is also good for budget conscious people. So, it can be kind of a shit show in there, though, in Market Basket. So it is something I have to, like, mentally prepare myself for. But I would like to scope out Aldi one of these days. Next time, there's one near the gym I go to. So next time I'm over there and I'm snacky, maybe I'll go do a little walk around. But anyway, enough about my vegetarian bullshit. My not actually a vegetarian bullshit. I make this dish that is chicken breasts that I smear a bunch of the Laughing Cow garlic and herb soft, like Swiss cheese. I spread that onto the chicken cutlet, and then I put prosciutto slices, and then I roll it up. If I make it for me, which doesn't often happen because I don't like eating chicken very much, unless it's like deep fried and doesn't taste like chicken at that point, I'll put like the cheese and then broccoli inside, but like I just don't often eat this dish. Yeah, and then I'll like roll it up, dip it in egg, dip it in breadcrumbs, and then bake it, and then have some sides with it. But that is a dish I often make, and yeah, it's all right. It's not my personal favorite, but it feeds Lego Boyfriend for a couple days in a row, so that's good. He pays for the groceries, so I do like the shopping and the cooking. I'm not just a default housewife. He basically pays me to cook for him, so I feel a little justified. Not that it matters. Not that any of that matters. You make your own choices. I hate cooking, but because he buys the groceries, I have like forced myself to enjoy cooking. Wait a second. Okay, so there's a grocery store chain in northern New England called Shaw's and Star Market, and they tend to have like the Irish baked beans, like Batchelors. Irish baked beans are my favorite. I'll talk about baked beans all fucking day. So that's my very favorite one. The only store that ever has it, and not even all the time, is Shaw's. So very into the fact that they're like good import snacks, because that implies that maybe Aldi will have those beans that I crave. Yeah, Jenny, your roommates are real deadbeats, man. Also, I think I'm gonna have to go once I finish this sticker I am weeding out, because taco time, y'all. I know you all understand how important this is. Also, I've been live streaming for 2.5 hours. My goodness. I'm always surprised, but it's always like pushing 3 hours when I do these things, because I can't shut the fuck up. But yeah, I'm gonna go make some tacos. But I will talk to you all soon. Oh yeah, I hope she has a quick recovery. I'm going to scope out these breads you speak of, because I like bread. I like German breads. I like all the breads. I appreciate that. Yeah, I hope for a quick recovery. Yeah, and thank you all for hanging out. I'll let you know how the market goes, and I will come up with something I will have some type of something up Saturday morning, and then I will just panic cry all afternoon Saturday. So regardless of what I post Saturday morning, feel free to comment with whatever you're up to and like notes of encouragement, because I'm very stressed out about this market, but it's going to be fine. I'm sure it's going to be fine. Yeah, I will talk to you all soon. I'm going to go fuck up some tacos. Yeah, let's all talk on Twitter and Instagram. This sticker paper is sticking to my phone. That's not helpful. Yeah, taco's going to be good. I'm going to have so many. At least 3, if not 4. It's going to happen. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, and I'll talk to you all soon. Have a good night. Bye. Thank you very much.